Dennis Pleuss here with the Athletics and Communications Department at Jeffco Public Schools. We're here this morning with Claudia Dillon, senior at Evergreen High School, two-time state basketball championship and volleyball star who is planning on attending the University of Missouri next year. We're going to go in and ask some questions to get to know Claudia Dillon a little bit better. All right, Claudia, thank you for joining us today here. We're going to get to know Claudia Dillon a little bit better. First, why do you feel you've been so successful on the volleyball and basketball court here at Evergreen High School during your career?
I've definitely been successful due to coaching and my teammates that I've played with. Volleyball, it's kind of been hard for the past 4 years. I've had a revolving door of coaches come in and out, so I've relied on my teammates a lot more during the volleyball season, kind of getting the stuff that we needed to get done, whether that was winning certain games or winning league or whatever we had to do. And basketball, I've had the honor of being coached under Amy Ball for the past 3 years, so that has definitely attributed to a lot of the success that we've had, and the teammates that I've had have been a great dynamic and been able to make those state championship runs.
If you could only have one of those two state basketball championships, which year would you take?
I would definitely take last year. The team dynamic was, I think, a lot stronger than it was that I've ever been on a team for. We were just kind of like this really tight-knit family, and the stuff that we went through all year long was a lot, and we kind of pulled together. We relied on each other. We just had a lot of fun. The kind of communication and the way that we played with each other was significant, and it was so much fun just to be on that team and to make that run back to state again.
On the volleyball side, kind of describe what you remember from your freshman season and that remarkable run you guys had to the state semifinals.
One of the biggest things I remember from that season is definitely beating Valor to win the league championship. That was definitely one of those games where you walk away with a smile on your face for the next 3 days, just knowing that, wow, we did that. That was really cool. Let's see, from state-wise, I just remember being at the Coliseum for the first time in my high school career and just playing on a big kind of setting like that and just knowing that, hey, we're going for something pretty big here. So,
how hungry are you now to try to get back to the Coliseum? You haven't been back there since your freshman year, so talk about that, kind of the hunger that you guys have to try to get back there.
Yeah, the hunger is definitely really great. We kind of talked about all season long, especially at the beginning of the season, how we wanted to make it back to state. We've been knocked out in regionals the past 2 years in a row, so just to get back to finish off senior year would be awesome, and I think we can do it if we really put our minds and heads in the right place.
Talk about when and why you decided to verbally commit to the University of Missouri.
I verbally committed towards the end of my sophomore year. I had joined a new volleyball club that year, and they helped me get a lot of open options for where I wanted to go to school. I got a lot of looks, but after kind of sorting through where I wanted to be in the country and like the weather and the program and the coaching, the girls, something about Missouri was just kind of like, this is where I want to be for the next 4 years of my life. So it felt right.
A lot of these elite high school athletes really just kind of focus on one sport once they get later into their high school career. Why have you tried to balance volleyball and basketball, and how have you been able to do that being an elite player in 2 major sports?
It's definitely been a struggle for the past couple of years. When I was younger, I actually played volleyball, basketball, and soccer, so being able to go from practice to practice, a couple of days a week, or to games was definitely hard. Balancing schoolwork it's hard as well, but throughout, especially in high school, I found a way to, when I have open time, I'm doing homework, especially on a game day, so I don't have to come home at 9 o'clock at night and try to crank out 2 hours of homework. I've just been really good at getting it done before a game, but I'm not a perfectionist at it yet, but I'm hoping when I get to college that it will be good enough that I can balance those really well.
Were there any thoughts of playing basketball instead of volleyball in college? Was there any thoughts or trying to do both?
When I was younger, my immediate thoughts would always be that I was going to play basketball in college. Both my parents had played in college, so I was like, this is where I'm going to end up. That was, however, before I knew what volleyball was, but when I picked that up and I just started to love the sport more, I was like, volleyball is where I need to go.
Is there any other talent that people might not know about you that only some of your close friends or family members know? Is there another talent that you have?
I think most people know about me, especially like in my school, but I'm a badminton state champion as well. I won my freshman year and helped my school win that. I haven't been able to play the past 2 years, but I'm hoping I can play this senior year. But yeah, it's kind of an odd sport that I play, but it's something that I actually enjoy a lot.
You'll go down as probably one of the most successful student athletes here at Evergreen. How do you want to be remembered here 10 years from now? What is the stamp that you want to put on your career here?
I want to be known for not only like my athletic ability, but also being like a really good friend and someone you can always come and talk to. Also like my leadership skills on and off the court and like the significance it has like on a person or on a team.
Being a middle child and having a younger sister, older brother, how has that helped you athletically, you think, with an older brother and a younger sister? I'm sure you kind of were chasing Michael at times and trying to get better than him, and then obviously you have a younger sister too that's close but younger than you that you've kind of brought up and mentored and kind of shown the way. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely been fun having an older brother just because like when we're like out in the driveway like playing basketball, I know he'll like push me to like where I need to be, and it's always fun playing against him and my little sister. When I first came into high school, it's always like, oh, you're Michael Dillon's little sister, and I'm like, yeah. But then I kind of made a name for myself, and then when my sister came in, it was like, oh, you're Claudia's little sister kind of thing. But it's so much fun playing with my sister on the volleyball court and on the basketball court. But I think she's excited when I graduate because then she'll kind of get the spotlight for her last year, which I'm really excited for her about.
All right, thank you for your time, Claudia. Again, this has been Getting to Know Evergreen High School senior Claudia Dillon.